name is Prateek, and I'm the founder and CEO at Craftify. At Craftify, we are solving the most hardest problem because it comes to the hardware devices. We are building a physical AI intelligence layer on top of every hardware that can potentially exist in the world. So our vision is simple. We want to build embedded software development with Agentic AI, deliver smart devices, seamless end-to-end solutions. I'll brief you on the problem statement. So software development, when it comes to the hardware, is essentially very hard, time-taking, and expensive. That's where we exist. If you look at the horizon of the products from the left side to the right side, whether it be any IoT device, AI camera, autonomous vehicle, humanoid robot, medical robot, or drones, every physical device has a software layer in it, and it takes months and long time to be able to develop anything traditionally. Now people are moving to these coding tools, but then they are also having a broken experiences. So what we are doing is we are building a Agentic AI platform to solve for this software development across these devices. Just to summarize on a problem statement so that a lot of people might not be familiar, this is how the product development lifecycle happens. For the hardware devices, you get abstract requirements from your customers. You build a hardware design, then you identify what chip to be used, semiconductor. You build a software stack on top of that. You do a lab testing, you do a pilot launch, and then you finally take it to mass manufacturing. When it comes to the high-end devices, which has a ML software component in it, I'm talking about the robots, drones, which works on the chipsets like NVIDIA, Jetson, entire series. Model and data drift issues occur when you're deploying that into a physical environment. Every time, whenever you develop a new model, it costs you hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then the skill sets required to execute this is pretty complicated. It's not available very easily, and the cost of resources is also very high. Similarly, on any IoT device like a smart city, smart home, or any consumer wearable watch that you might be wearing here, the development cycle for any silicon chip is pretty high. It takes almost 12 months to write a software, and now that so many chips keep coming time and again because of Moore's law, with every new chip you have to redo the entire tech stack again, which is again a very big pain point. So that's not portable easily, and again the skills required to do it is very significantly difficult. And when it comes to making a software for the hardware, you have to ensure that the hardware reliability is of the core essence. When it comes to power, memory, security, adaptability of the physical device, that needs to be taken care of, which is the most hardest part. So all in all, products that should be taking less than 3 months are taking more than 18 months to launch, and that's where product innovation in different devices across geography has been very difficult. That's where we come in. We've introduced Craftify Orbit. This is an agentic AI platform that automates the entire suite of software development for embedded edge IoT devices. We are developing world's first physical intelligence layer across the different horizon of devices. There are companies which do in bits and pieces for IoT, for edge, for FPGAs, but then we are building 3 different products which caters to the complete tech stack of the embedded. First product is the PipeGen. It generates hardware-optimized perception computer vision pipelines for high-end heterogeneous devices, which works on NVIDIA Jetson, SEMA Model X, Halo Rockchip, all of these semiconductor chips. FirmGen is doing it for the IoT devices and microcontrollers. Agentic is doing for the FPGAs, which is used in high-end space tech and space industries. The results, we have been deploying this for the past 1 year across the different enterprises. Results have been astonishing. We have reduced the development cost, which usually takes 10 people to be able to develop one software. We have got it down to 2 resources, which is reducing your cost by 70%. Optimized, fast-track the overall development by almost 5x, and you are getting a production-grade quality code which can directly go inside the device. You can flash it, you can burn it, and the device works by its own. This is a very high-level architecture. While there are many sub-agents in the architecture, these are the main 5 agents that are working underneath. Requirement agent, architect, proposal, custom coder, tester agent. Requirement agent it's a no-code platform. Requirement agent takes a prompt, turns that into a full-fledged requirement. It goes to the architect agent. Architect agent develop a silicon agnostic architecture so that it works with any semiconductor on top of whatever you are developing. Proposal agent is the key agent which holds the hardware context. It knows what chip is being used, what SDKs to be called, what APIs to be triggered, and then it has the pre-trained models as well. We are developing our own SLMs for every respective vertical that we are operating in. Custom coder writes thousands of lines of code, and tester agent writes unit test for all the devices. Quick summary. This should play. Yeah. So we have given a we have given a prompt. This is a high-level view. We are developing a fusion-based pipeline for an autonomous vehicle in this. You're given a prompt, it asks you a bunch of questions, whether you have a code repository, whether you have the SDKs installed, whether it's locally installed in your machine. It then generates a pipeline architecture in the backend. It has started to generate a pipeline. Now the code is getting compiled. This is the high-level view of the overall pre-processing, post-processing, inferencing output which is being driven. And then finally, you are able to deploy, run the pipeline directly on a device. And this is how it works for any autonomous vehicle. You are able to see the different, the objects that you have to identify. Similarly, this is the first one was for the high-end heterogeneous NVIDIA Jetson series. This is for IoT radiation control, wherein you are giving again a prompt. It's working on the ESP32 model, which is used by 85% of the developers across the globe. You've given a prompt. You have connected the ESP32 with your computer system. It is calling. It is generated by default the Wi-Fi access. The software is now connected. Your hardware is connected to the Wi-Fi. It's giving signals. It's connecting to your network, and then it's also giving you LED starts blinking when, let's say, any smart irrigation motor gets called out, and it is directly plugged in with the hardware. This is what the MQTT connects are being made on the backend. So this is our second tool, and then there's a third tool. So this is one slide on the how we differentiate from the existing Claude Code or any GPT or Open AI, whatever they are using. These existing ID co-pilots, now a lot of embedded developers are using, but the experience is kind of broken. That's more of AI-assisted human development. What we're developing is a human-assisted AI development, wherein most of your architectural decisions are taken by the agents themselves. You just need to approve it. Whereas in the other co-pilots like Claude or let's say GPT, you are just giving the prompt, you're getting a broken code. You still need to do the heavy lifting by the human, which is not the case. We are finally giving you faster working solution, deployable solution. Your review, approval, validation happens by the tool itself. Ambiguity is surfaced early so that the engineer can take a call what to do, what not to do, and then you need to plan, design, code test. Everything happens by the agent itself, whereas in the other cases it's mostly code and it's a broken experience because the hardware context doesn't exist. They are generic software development tools, whereas what we have trained our models are on proper hardware context of across the so many silicon which exist. This is a final slide on the market size. It's big. It's a $1 trillion plus hardware market wherein 28% occupies by the embedded software, which is 280 billion, 230 billion market. And then what we are gunning for right now in the respective industries to be solved at our side is a 15 billion SOM market. It's growing at a 35% CAGR, so pretty healthy number. These are the 6 industries that we operate in, and our agentic system works across the 6 industries: robotics, drones, consumer industrial IoT devices, AI cameras, autonomous vehicle, and then industrial automation. These are the 2 offerings. One, we give the platform as SaaS, and then the second, we have developed a bunch of applications depending on the use cases we have worked out last year. So we also give application directly to the customers who want to use the existing one. These are the ideal customer profile wherein every product is being used by the embedded developer. So first one is being used by the computer vision teams. Second function is used by the IoT product companies and the OEMs and ODMs. The third is used by the FPGA design teams and again, original equipment manufacturers who basically are manufacturing the respective product. That's the current progress right now. We are a 25-member team based in SF and Bangalore in India. 3 products. These are already delivered customers. Some are in the advanced, currently ongoing phases. We are at a 300K ARR, but then we are signing up a couple of contracts which are almost about to get signed in this month and the next month. Will move us to $1 million ARR right now. We are already partnered with NVIDIA, Lattice, Blaze. These are across the different industries that we operate in. And then early discussions are happening with respect to different silicons. They become a partner because we integrate their silicon into our agentic workflows and finally deliver the software solution. So enterprises have been able to find a lot of value, and that's where the revenue numbers also comes, from the actual deployment. That's the user growth we see currently. We have been, GTM approach has been towards the enterprise side of things. Now we want to move to also launch it to the wider developer community, and that's how we'll see the uptick in the developer growth as well as there's a revenue number. We are backed by the institutional investors. We have raised $3 million in our seed round. That's the first round that we had raised, and then now we'll be moving to the Series A round as well. These are patented technology that we have signed up for. Already 5 IPs have been filed and 2 have been patented and 4 more in drafting stages. We are 2 co-founders and then 25-member team. Comes from the top pedigree of Tier 1 colleges, PhDs, patent holders. And these are some of the recognitions. We have won some government contracts in India. We have been recognized at a global stage. We were the top 25 AI startup. Now, there's a big summit which happened in India, India AI Summit. We were shortlisted there. We were awarded there, and then we've been recognized by NVIDIA, NASCOM, and we were also a winner of last Llama, which happened in India. So this is the second round which we are doing. Thank you.